Welcome back to all the viewers of this channel. Once again, this is Ritwik. So you might have heard that we have initiated the Creative Minds channel today, and now it is the case of doing the creative works. And this is the first video to show how creative we are and how creative we can be. So this is the sample video for you all, how this channel works, regarding how this channel works. So perhaps basically every initiative or every work starts with the worship. You might have aware of the quote, work is worship. So today we are going ahead with a lot of work as an initiative. I'm going to start with the programming aspects. You are going to learn some of the programming aspects in future, but as an initiative, we are going to see how we are defining the programs. You might have heard that problem itself is a big problem for us. I am saying this not quite as intelligent as it, because it's a fact. We won't listen to the problem, we won't look back to the problem, we just skip the problem, and we deserve skipping the problems. That is our agenda of our life. It might be a false notation of mine, but perhaps let us see and let us check how many of you are creative and how many of you are innovative. It's just a small trial. It's not a mandatory test or something else for you. Please feel free to upload your answers in the description given below after this video. I request you to please upload your answers in the form that I have given below the video. It is not to some particular identity people. Everyone can participate in this. Everyone can express their views in this. You can express your views in the comments that I have, that you can access below the video. You have all the notations. So I think participation is more important. Most of us just watch the video and keep back the particular video. But when you want to have an activity, you really feel focused. And this channel mainly probes on your focusing visions. When I give a particular identity or a particular problem, how you are going to look at that particular problem, it is not confined only to the students. It may get confined to the faculty, it may get confined to the researchers, it may get confined to any individual in this group. It's not only to the students' point of view. This is a small test for you all. I hope all will give ample of results this particular test. Let us just go on to the test. Let us just see what we are trying to do now in order to enable our creativity. It's a test of creativity to you all, to all the researchers, to all the professionals in education, as well as the students. See, I am not the person to test you all, but I feel you all to attempt this test, because we might aware that whether we are thinking creative, whether we are thinking innovative or not, those steps may be confined with this test. You can also might aware of viewing the concepts and seeing the concepts. These two are mainly important. Being the creative engineers, we being the creative engineers, we need to focus on these two elements. So with a no gap, I am going towards the topic of today. So stay tuned. Let me just going on the topic. Into the top. We are having a small problem. Our problem is to calculate area of a rectangle. I have given the rectangle here. You can visualize the rectangle out here. And you see, you can know the shape of the rectangle. But here, my question is not that. That is just. When I have asked a question like this, how many of you will think about the shape of the rectangle? That is most important for me, for you to being creative. So let us just see. I'm staying in my house, and in my house I may look at the hall. The hall is the confined place. The hall shape might look rectangular. It may be a parallelogram, it may be a rectangle, it may be a square, etc. So let us have a small test on that. How many of you can identify the rectangle, the shape of the rectangle? So when you look at the first figure, you can observe that there is a hall which is rectangular in shape. And when you look at the second picture, you may look at a movie theater which is also shaped in the form of rectangle. And when you look at the third figure, what do you analyze? When observing these three figures, you can have a conclusion that I can identify the shape of the rectangle. Because the concept of visualization comes only with the imagination. So when you imagine yourself the shape of the rectangle, then you can understand and identify the attributes of the rectangle, and you can locate the area of the rectangle. So when you look at these three pics, can you suggest what is rectangle and what is square? So this is a question for you. You may think and you may put your answers in the comment box. But I would like to say the answer first before you put your comments in the chat box. Okay. So this, when you observe clearly, the first figure consists of a hall. The hall has some length and some breadth, and also some height, because it is in the building. It's a building. It is a building area, so it might have some height as well. But here, according to the syndrome or principle of rectangle, we do not have any height. We have only the length and we have only the breadth. But when you observe clearly in a hall, you can see the length, breadth, and height. So I need to identify the shapes of the rectangle present in that particular hall in the first picture. Let me go ahead with that. So when you look at this, we can have the shape of the length. The length is confined here, and the breadth is confined here. And here we are having another length, and here we are having another. So I have designed a shape of the rectangle by seeing the picture of the hall. I can have two or more rectangles in this particular hall. I can take this as well. This is also the length, and this is also the breadth, and this is also the length. And this is also the length, this is also the breadth. And this is also the length, this is the breadth. So I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles in this particular hall. Let me just move on to the next picture. So here also I can take the length, I can take the breadth, again I can take the length, I can take the breadth. So likewise, I can draw 2 or more rectangles by this picture. Let me just move on to this third picture. When you observe clearly the third picture, you can see the bend in all the shape of the rectangle. See, this is the one shape, and this is the one shape, and this is one shape, and this is one shape. So only the bed is rectangular in shape. But when you observe the entire room, you can see all the sides are equivalent. So this is not rectangle, it is a square. So the test is that how we are seeing the problem, how we are seeing the images. When you look at the image clearly, you can observe a bunch of rectangles. When you look at the image absolutely, you can observe some squares in the present in that particular group. So how you look at that particular problem is the concern. So you all aware that a rectangle has the length and the breadth, and the formula for area is length into breadth. So now our question is to make and develop a program on this particular rectangle. So how we do that? It comes under the technical aspects and the technical programming. So now let us just skip that part. We'll let you know in the next coming video regarding the program and how we can perform the program in various platforms like C, C++, Java, and Python. We'll let you know in the upcoming videos. But before that, my concern is you need to identify a couple of images that you might look at nearby room or nearby hall or whatever it might be in your real time, whatever it might be. You just look at those images and upload those images as an assessment. You might take ample of time for it. All the researchers, all the teachers, and all the viewers who are seeing this channel, they can work on it, they can upload it and give the data. Let us have a small discussion on this particular data in the next upcoming video. And then we'll move on to the problem solving, the actual programming. Okay. I just want to see how many of you have the creative minds. For this, I am keeping this small test. Please don't feel this as a test. Please feel this as a skill building element in your life, and just come across with good initiatives. Thank you all for watching this video. Subscribe this channel for more videos on creativity. Thank you.